Alright, so I'm going to bring up right now the killer himself, Edward Reyes, in this business. He's from Fresno State. I actually was introduced to him by my dad. And I asked my dad, you know, what kid had enough passion and drive to do something, you know, with this business that, you know, wouldn't quit, that they'd keep going, striving for success. And he told me a little bit about Edward's background and his story and where he came from and, you know, the real history behind him. So I'm going to let him tell a little bit about his story, his why and why he's doing this business, and, you know, that he will be the next, you know, success story. He will be the next, you know, Diego Avila, Zach Babiars, you know, Alex Morton. Like, he will be that guy because his heart is so big, you know. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to the killer himself, Edward Reyes.
Alright, thanks Tim. Alright, my name is Edward Reyes. I'm 18 years old. I'm a freshman at Fresno State. My story, where do I begin? I have to say the beginning. It all started, you know, growing up. You know, I never had stability in my life. You know, me and my parents would always move from house to house, neighborhood to neighborhood, school to school. Like, we were always moving, you know, and it was because of money. You know, we didn't have much, but we had each other, so that made everything important. You know, everything was good. You know, it was beautiful. You know, I couldn't ask for more. But, you know, my mom passed away in 2009, and I guess that's when everything fell apart. She died of stomach cancer at age 36. I was there to the final moments, and it changed me. It made me grow up and become a man, you know, care for my brothers and sisters, and it just changed my whole persona. It's like I just grew up, you know. And so growing up without my mom was the hardest part, you know, for anybody. You know, losing your mom is just horrible, you know, but you know, that's life. It's part of life, you know. And so when she passed away, I ended up with my aunt in San Diego, and at the time she had a boyfriend, and he didn't really like us, well, me or my brothers, you know, because like he just wanted my aunt. Like, oh, like, you know, I just want her, and out of nowhere these kids just drop into my house, like, you know. And so I was going to San Diego High School, and, you know, just doing my thing as a freshman, you know, just going there, doing school, everything being on track, you know, because I promised my mom I would get my education, you know, to be there, supporting my family, supporting, you know, all my loved ones and everybody, you know, just help, you know, in general. And so, you know, things didn't work out with my aunt and her boyfriend, and I just, you know, took myself out of the equation and just went to Mexico. I ended up with an uncle in Baja California, you know, sort of the same thing. You know, he didn't really, you know, he took me in because he's not going to leave me outside, so, you know, so he just took me in, and, you know, he liked me, but he didn't love me, you know, he told me that. And so, you know, I would be like, you know, I have a place to stay, so I was grateful for that. And so every morning at 3 a.m. I would wake up and go to school, to San Diego High School. I would wake up at 3, take a shower, be outside at 3:40, drive on the freeway, get to the border, wait in line for a couple hours, cross the border, get on a trolley, wait 30 to 45 minutes on the trolley, get to school, do my work, go to class. It was hectic. And, you know, I made it, you know, freshman, sophomore, junior year, 3 years, you know, waking up at 3 a.m. And, you know, it made me appreciate, you know, my education, and, you know, it made me think about my life, you know, waking up, seeing all these people, you know, going to work, and just, you know, they weren't happy. And so, you know, I decided that I want to be happy, you know, doing what I do, you know, being my own boss, not working for, you know, somebody who doesn't appreciate who I am as a person. And so I decided, you know, I decided to join this Vemma because, you know, I'm helping people, I'm changing lives, and that's what more can I ask for, you know? That's what I feel I was born to do. And, you know, I'm just glad that Kenny, Tim's dad, introduced me to him, you know, because he's teaching me. He's amazing. You know, he's a good friend. You know, and because of him, in Vemma.
Why don't you tell them a little bit how you like encountered my dad and all that kind of stuff?
Well, so my junior year, things got hot with me and like my uncle and his family. So me and my brother, we ran away from my uncle. We packed our bags at 2 in the morning and took a bus and just like ran. Took a bus, got to the border and just ran. Ended up in San Diego. We were homeless in San Diego for about, I believe, the summer, like a whole summer, you know. And so we ended up in a shelter called Storefront in Hillcrest, San Diego. And so we were there. You know, being homeless is like, oh my God, you just change. You just see everything differently. You appreciate, you know, water, candy, food. You know, it's just, you just appreciate life. And being homeless and seeing all these homeless kids and, you know, seeing the struggle that it's real and like, you know, it just blew my mind. You know, being homeless is insane. It's like what people go through every day. You know, it's a mess. So I was homeless with my brother, and then we ended up at I believe it's called Polinsky. It's like a place where you know, kids like, you know, say they find a kid at the airport, they bring him to Polinsky and like, all right, I guess he's gonna go into foster care. So it was like temporary placement in order to find out what you're gonna do with this kid. So me and my brother ended up in Polinsky. We ended up at a group home called San Pasqual Academy. There we met Kenny and Corinne. I was like house parents. They were like people who loved you, you know, who were there for you. Parents, you know, like something I haven't had in like since '09, you know. And you know, I met Kenny and Corinne. I opened up to them. They opened up to me, and you know, it was awesome, you know. And you know, I graduated from my senior year from San Pasqual Academy, and I ended up in Fresno State. And then in July, I got a call from Tim, you know, saying, you know, I heard your story and like you want to be a part, you know.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, I got him on a call with Zach because, you know, this is one kid with a passion, and drive. You know, this is someone that needs to have someone, you know, successful really back him up. So, you know, Zach's been there every step of the way for me, so I can pass down all the information to Edward and, you know, obviously make him successful. So right here, you know, he looks at this every day. You know, he doesn't even have a picture of his mom. You know, so we had to print out cornflakes because that's what his mom, you know, he remembers that with her eating them and the crunches and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's a drive right there, and it says why I do this business. Then we got, obviously, the BMW. He wants to, you know, open up his own ice cream shop and comic shop and, you know, open up his own business for his brother so he can be successful, too. You know, that's why he does this business. And obviously, being at Fresno State, his opportunities are endless. So I plan on, you know, I'm staying here for a week right now, and, you know, I'm coming back, you know, December, January, and gonna stay out here for a little while, you know, help him obviously build this business, you know, Skype, Ubu, you know, just like, let's grind, dude. So by January 1st, mark my words, this kid will be elite, 2015. January 1st, 2015, Edward Reyes will be elite in Vemma, making $100,000 a year, and will have impacted thousands of people. And this kid will be remembered in Vemma because of his passion and his drive, and, you know, obviously his story will never be forgotten. So with that, you know, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch this video. Obviously, you know, just if you have any questions, hit him up if you're going through a struggle or anything, because I'm sure he can inspire you, because, you know, he's literally been close to the bottom and, you know, obviously came straight back up from it, you know, now getting to go to Fresno State, impress his mom up in heaven. So, yeah, like, if you have any questions, just hit him up. I'll forward you, you know, his phone number and all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions about Vemma or anything like that, hit me up. We'll get you connected with Edward himself and, you know, just obviously kill this business, because, you know, you don't want to be that guy that, watched Vemma just skyrocket to the billions, and you know, you're sitting there and being one of the 56% that are unemployed or underemployed. You know, that's not cool. So with that, you know, keep your why strong, keep it in the back of your mind every single day, and you know, that'll drive you every step of the way through this business. So never forget, you know, obviously his mom, you know, he won't ever forget that. So that's why he's doing it. That's why I do it. April 17th, 2014, Mama's being retired, you know. And I'm probably going to have this kid fly out. I'm going to pay for his plane ticket and just be like, hey, will you retire my mom with me? Because he's the first person that I enrolled in my left leg. So with that, you know, we're out, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Night I could tell I will never understand that, but oh well.
To be part of it, because this is something different, something definitely different than your normal job, 9 to 5. We get to pick our own hours. We get to do whatever we want. We get to basically create our own future.